What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Marlon. We're back at it again with another edition of the show here, and we are back again, once again, with more goodness when it comes to PlayStation and Xbox. And as you guys already know, on Sundays I'll normally do Let's Talk PlayStation and Xbox, and so there's a lot of stuff that actually happened over the week. And so we're going to be going over that as well. So hopefully you guys are enjoying your Sunday. Me, actually went to church, got back. Good times. And I wanted to go over a lot of this stuff here from PlayStation. And some of it's good for some people. Some of it's bad. I do wanted to highlight a couple of things, though, that kind of popped up when it comes to PlayStation stock, when it comes to the PS5 here, because a lot of people have been concerned about when they can go inside of a store and pick up a PS5 really easy. And so we have seen out on Twitter, there's an influx at Walmart when it comes to PlayStation 5s. And specifically speaking about the Horizon PS5 bundle, there's like a bunch of them. I think like 4 or 5 of them that are like readily available for people to pick up. And so I think Sony is doing a very good job in making sure that people are able to get their hands on PS5s as much as possible, considering that, well, their biggest release of the year is God of War Ragnarok. And so perfect timing. They did say that they were going to have more and more PS5s available. And so that's seemingly working. And so that is actually great. Also, I wanted to kind of touch upon some things as well. Like by the time March 2023 gets here, they're not only going to have an influx of PS5 VR headsets, PSVR 2 headsets. That's what I wanted to kind of touch upon. They said they were going to have at least 2 million ready by then, and also have more PS5s readily available. So that's really good, because I see a lot of people are saying, well, man, the games are coming. And even though you hear a lot of people say, well, I don't want to pick up a PS5 because, well, Sony just said that, well, a year in between the release of it being on PS5 and also it being readily available for PC, but that's minimum 1 year. So it could be 2, it could be 3 years. So people are already salty about that. And so I really wanted to kind of highlight some of the things that Sony kind of revealed this week, because this was a very big week for PlayStation, both positive and negative. And so one of the areas that I really wanted to touch upon too as well is the fact that, well, Sony did talk about their studios and also acquisitions as well. And I think that was a part where I forgot to kind of dive a little bit much more into. Now, the stream that we did on Friday, I had to take it down because there was some copyright stuff between the music that we were playing. And the music that we were playing is from my music company that I get music from, which is Epidemic Sound. And so there was a TuneCore copyright claim on it, and it literally copyright claimed the whole almost the whole entire stream. So I had to take the stream down and take it up the ladder from there. But it sucks, but hey, it is what it is. That's YouTube for you. So as you guys already know, God of War Ragnarok went gold. It got rated, I think, maybe 3 or 4 days before we found out about it hitting gold. So that's very good there, especially, you know, with that game coming out exactly a month from now, which is today is what, October 9th. So November 9th is when we can expect, you know, God of War Ragnarok officially released and everything like that for everybody to dive into. So that's, relatively speaking, really huge for PlayStation fans altogether. And to really see that you're able to go into a Walmart, my God, after 2 years, literally, November is coming up, is going to make 2 years since the PS5 came out. And so that's beautiful. Better late than never, right? That's beautiful to see people are saying, hey, I'm able to go into a Walmart, or hey, I'm able to go into a store and just finally see PS5s on the shelf. I mean, that's really huge news there. And I see some people are kind of upset because, well, it's not the regular $500 PS5, Marlon. It's the Horizon bundle. So they want people to, quote unquote, pay $50 more or whatever, or $60 more, whatever the case may be. And obviously in Canada, the prices are ridiculous, right? I think they're like 700 and something. I don't know what Walmart that was taken from, or it's been going around on Twitter a lot. But needless to say, the fact that we can have PS5s readily available out there in the wild, and even here in the US, I've been hearing people saying that they were able to go in Walmart, specifically Walmart. I don't know about Best Buy or anywhere else, but people are saying that they're able to get bundles and not the actual regular ones. Now, I do know that Sony always go online, on PlayStation Direct with like regular PS5s. They have the Call of Duty, what was it, Modern Warfare 2 bundle, and they also have the Horizon bundle there. Now, I really wanted to highlight a couple of things here when it comes to the market and what Sony's plans are, because obviously they released some big plans via an interview. And so I really want to go over this because this is something that we want to sort of highlight here, is that PlayStation acquisitions aren't taking devs off the market. That's very interesting. That's very interesting because the thing here is that when you acquire a studio or you acquire a publisher, normally depending on it, see, like with Bungie, they're still free to do whatever they want to do. So it kind of all really depends there. Like there's a big gray area there. A Herman Hulse literally coming out and saying, listen, PlayStation acquisitions literally are not taking devs off the market. And so that is very interesting because obviously when it comes to Insomniac, when it comes to Naughty Dog, like, those developers are literally off the market, right? Like you don't see those devs creating anything else but on PlayStation 5. And so we really kind of have to really understand what Herman is really basically saying here. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of read some of this so we can kind of understand. And we have a host of other things to kind of recap when it comes to the plans of PlayStation, how some of you guys actually naturally feel about it, and sort of like the uproar of confusion that's actually going on. Because like I said, this is a new PlayStation. This is new plans. A lot of people are not in agreement with it, but this is the future of PlayStation. And so we either have to accept it or raise our concerns and hope that Sony change it the way how a lot of people really want it. And like I said, it will take millions of people to actually get up and say, hey, you know what? Enough is enough. Like, this is what I'm really looking for, and yada, yada, yada. So on the studio's side of thing, basically PlayStation boss Herman Hulse has said that recent PlayStation acquisitions aren't an arm race. Interesting choice of words there. And that Sony isn't really taking development teams off the market. Instead, Hulse insists that the company is helping to stem teams so that they can actually grow. Okay, so it's the purpose of, I'm guessing, internal growth and also more for the actual industry. And Hulse made these remarks in an interview with a French YouTuber, Julien Ches, if I'm saying his name correctly, which he reiterated that Sony only acquires studios that fits PlayStation Studios culture like a glove. And so here's the thing that I really wanted to drive home here is that, yes, when it comes to Microsoft, and I'm happy for Microsoft right now, in case if you guys don't already know, well, Microsoft, the deal seem like it's going very, very smooth. Obviously, we had Brazil literally came out and said, listen, Sony can compete without Call of Duty. There's no issues here why Sony can't really just do their thing without Call of Duty, right? So Brazil, regulatory body, they approve the actual deal. And we have Saudi Arabia that literally approved the deal. And so there it really is right there. It's out in the open. And so it's the FTC and the CMA that is kind of really left. And I believe FTC, I think they have until November. So everything seems to be going well for Microsoft. On the Sony side of things, when it comes to them acquiring studios, ladies and gentlemen, we do have to understand that, yes, that last sentence right there from Herman saying that they only acquire studios that fits PlayStation. And bet your bottom dollar, if Sony had the money to acquire Activision or to acquire Call of Duty as an IP, they would do it, right? Because it fits within PlayStation and it fits within the actual ecosystem. And so it just makes perfect sense, right? For them to go only for studios or developers that fits with them. I mean, we saw the thing right off the bat with Housemarque. I mean, Housemarque has been doing stuff with them since PS3 days. And so you're not surprised whenever they go around and acquire, different Insomniac. I mean, stemming from PS3 days and even before, like, it's just a lot of different things that you see PlayStation do over the years. Like the Bungie situation was kind of off-putting a little bit because it kind of rubbed people the wrong way. Like, Bungie, really? But they have bigger plans, movies, TV shows, games, and also giving them the ability to kind of expand on their own horizon on what they really want to do. And so we do have to understand the culture of PlayStation is changing. The landscape of PlayStation is changing. Not only that, but we also have to understand that they have multiple partnerships across the board when it comes to, studios like Haven Studios with Jade Raymond and everything like that, the partnership that they actually have there, and also embracing them and embracing whatever it is that, Jade Raymond and Haven Studios is creating, Deviation Games, tons of partnerships, tons of things that they're actually working on behind the scenes here. Also, you have to look at the portion where a lot of people are literally requesting more multiplayer games. Well, they have 10 live service games. And we also have to look at the fact that, here's the big plans when it comes to their actual games. Well, the live service games, whether you like it or not, the 10 live service games and the actual, games that they have planned for the future as far as multiplayer goes is going to be on PC. And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people are salty. A lot of people are upset. But we do have to understand that that is the future of PlayStation. They want to expand more into the PC space. And you do have to also understand that, while they're doing this shift and they're doing this change when it comes to the actual ecosystem, just expect future multiplayer games, not even just what they're actually creating or talking about, but future games that are in development is going to be coming over to PC. So every single thing is going to come over to PC. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people are saying, what's the sense in me buying a PlayStation 5? Well, there's a lot of sense in buying a PlayStation 5. Not everybody can afford a $1,500 PC or $2,000, $3,000 PC. So there's a market for the console, and there's feature sets with the console that you cannot get with PC, right? And so that is something very important to talk about, because that's not going to stop. People think that, because PlayStation is saying that their live service games are going to be on PC day and date, that means it's bye-bye to the PS5 as far as sales. Man, the sales of the PS5 is not slowing down right now. On top of that, they said minimum 1 year for their single player games and such. Minimum 1 year. So it could be 2 years, it could be 3 years, it could be 4 years you're waiting on before they actually bring over, let's say, God of War or Last of Us 3 or whatever the case may be, Spider-Man 2, Wolverine, whatever, but it's minimum 1 year. And so we do have to understand that and kind of understand the future as far as, their plans and what they see, how they can maximize, more revenue for PlayStation. And things starting to go down a little bit downhill right there, because now you have the remakes that are not making sense to people. Like the recent situation that we had last week with Horizon, getting remastered and everything like that, Zero Dawn, that is. And a lot of people are like, man, this doesn't make any sense. Like, why are we milking, old games, or like games that don't even really need to be remastered or remade, when you can use that money and time and resources on something else? So just stick a pen right there. PlayStation is taking a very big risk, not only with their games going to other platforms, but also with their core fan base. So there's a huge disruption that is actually happening here. And we also have to look at the history of PlayStation, and when it comes to exclusivity and how they kind of sort of channel their games. And it's always been on the console, day and date first, right out the gate. Now they're doing something completely different. A lot of the hardcore fan bases, they don't necessarily understand why Sony is going this route. But guys, I promise you, a lot of people that's saying that they're upset right now, is going to still buy a PS5, is still going to be in the PlayStation ecosystem. A lot of people saying that they're giving up on Sony right now, is still going to be in the PlayStation ecosystem, regardless of the fact. I mean, it might be a person sitting there saying, oh, I'm going to sell my PS5. And then they turn around and buy a PS5 again because of a game or something like that. Or they might buy a PC. PlayStation want it to be the same way like how Xbox have it, right? Doesn't matter what device you're on, they're expanding in mobile, they're expanding more on PC. So wherever you go, for the most part, they're expanding in the clouds. Wherever you go, for the most part, Team Blue is going to be there, just like Team Green is literally everywhere right now. So also, another disruption as far as their plans go that they actually revealed is more cross-generation games that is going to be coming beyond 2022. A lot of people are not upset about, a lot of people are upset about this. Some people are not upset about it. Some people are okay with it. But I feel like cross-generation, right? It's like, wait a minute. Like we're 2 years in, and we are still getting cross-generation games and even beyond what they initially said. So I can see where a lot of people are upset about this and how it's actually holding back the full potential of the PS5 releases of these games. Hence, people thought, well, God of War Ragnarok should be a PS5 only game. Gran Turismo 7 should have been PS5 only. Like, there's tons of games, Gran Turismo 7, right? Horizon, Forbidden West, like there's so many games that should have been PS5 only, but instead, well, Sony said that they're not going to alienate the PS4 core fan base. And so we do have to understand that notion as well. Like, they're not going to just give up on millions of players, but at the same time, you still got to make sure that PlayStation 5 owners are happy and people who are trying to buy a PS5 happy as well. So I feel like, man, that's a big, bold statement to say that, listen, man, more cross-generation games are still coming beyond 2022. And so, man, oh man, I remember they initially said that, well, PS4 games are going to continue all the way up until 2025. And that's a long time. That's a long time to still stretch out PlayStation 4 and everything. And so we will see. Obviously, we know that Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine will remain on PlayStation 5 only. And so that is a big plus. But again, guys, it's a case-by-case basis. So I think it's within Sony's best interest that they keep some of the bigger stuff that they have in development for PS5 only. And then the not so big stuff, they put it on PlayStation 4. And so I really want to sort of highlight those things for you guys as well, to kind of cover a lot of their massive plans and what they really kind of have for the future as far as PlayStation games, PS5 games, and things of that nature. Also, really wanted to kind of touch upon this as well. PlayStation is increasing investment in PC, mobile, and live service. And so, yeah, this is another thing that people are not happy about. People don't want, the diehard PlayStation fans, they don't want games to be on PC. They don't want games to be on mobile. They don't even want live service games, right? So this is another thing to kind of go off of with the whole PS4 cross-generation stuff will continue. The fact that Sony is increasing investment into PC and mobile and live service, well, we just got to get up out of our feelings, because at the end of the day, as much as I will be against certain things that Sony might be doing business-wise, hey, it is, especially with something huge like this, I'm all for them maximizing the earnings of their games, because here's the thing. If it's not performing well on PS5, then we might not get a sequel. You know what I'm saying? But if they spread it out and they put it on different platforms, that's really good, because not only we're going to get the games that we deserve, that we come to know and love. Case in point, a lot of people have been asking for games that, well, if Days Gone, right? That's a prime example of a game that everybody, we already know the situation with Days Gone. We're not going to go off into that, but I'm just saying, like, Days Gone is now on PC. A lot of people weren't okay with that, but hey, it's going to sell more on another platform, right? Versus it just being solely on the PS5, because Not every single thing that's released on PS5, everybody that owns a PS5 is going to buy. Maybe somebody else on PC or somebody else on mobile. So that right there is an actual huge shift. And even they're going more money and more time, more investment into that space, into PC, having a PC launcher. They already start doing the PlayStation integration with Steam and all that type of stuff. So that's very, very interesting there. Also, more and more games are coming over to PC as well. So that's going to continue to be a big push for them moving forward, as well as to see, you know, more and more stuff coming out of Bungie. And with that big acquisition, $3.6 billion, that's actually a lot of money there. So that's also another shift that I think a lot of people are not happy with. But hey, whether you like it, yes or no, they're still going to increase investment in PC and mobile and live service games, which they already said that's going to be day and date. So we just have to get with the program and just accept that. Also, man, oh man, oh man, oh man, it seemed like every single week there's nothing but bad news, right? Depending on how you look at it, depending on the type of gamer you are. PlayStation Stars. Wow. So Sony launched this free reward program for PlayStation 5 owners and PlayStation 4 gamers, right? And so people are upset about this program because they feel like, well, hey, the tier 4 of the service being tied with top priority, you know, customer service, that shouldn't be the case. I shouldn't have to spend X amount of dollars to get top priority service, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing, though. Even if you sign up for PlayStation Stars right now, guess what? Ding, 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 ding. You're on a waiting list. You are going to be on a waiting list, ladies and gentlemen. So just so you know, they just launched this service, right? Not even a week ago? They just launched this service. This is fresh service. And already, well, guess what? You're going to be on a waiting list. So they're randomly putting people on a waiting list right now because guess what? They want to work out the kinks. Really? You want to work out the kinks. So the backlash, the huge backlash from the folks over there in Asia and Japan and all that type of stuff. But all of a sudden, if all was well, then maybe, I don't know, maybe they would have continued to roll out like ain't nothing going on. But yes, you're going to be on a waiting list. Because Sony is like, well, it needs to evaluate the feedback that they've been getting. This is what I am talking about. Don't just brush things under the rug. Guys like me is always going to talk up for the people and talk up for myself. If I feel like something is anti-consumer, or if I feel like, man, this is not pro-consumer, or whatever the case may be, I'm going to speak up. And so right now, if you sign up for PlayStation Stars, there's going to be a waiting list, and Sony argues that it needs to evaluate feedback, reiterated quickly, and also to continue to improve the experience as members are added on a rolling basis. Okay, so the crazy part about this situation here is that, well, we'll see how this service actually holds up for PlayStation fans and gamers alike, because like I said before, it's actually rubbing people the wrong way so far. Some people are happy with it. Some people are not happy with it. You know, how Sony's structuring the different tiers. So only time will tell. Obviously, I think we did cover the whole God of War Ragnarok situation and also MW2 situation, that if you did pre-order those games before the service actually launched here in the US, they'll still be able to honor it as far as rewards and different things as well. So just wanted to kind of touch up on all of that for you guys. Also, Sony did talk about their plans with From Software as far as their investments. They basically, you know, they want to target like movies and TV shows alongside games. So not just the games are still going to be in development, you know, between Sony and From Software, but they really want to make this major push with movies and TV shows. So let's talk about this really quickly here, because obviously that's another big plan that was revealed not that long ago about this major push to turn in their video game franchises into movies. This is nothing new. We've seen how great and successful Uncharted movie was. And so that's going to be even a much more major push. We've seen it with God of War. We've seen it with Horizon. Tons of games are going to be getting pushed. And hence why they're going to be quote unquote remastering or remaking Horizon, which makes literally no sense. It's pissing a lot of people off. Like, we're seeing Sony going down a path here where they're introducing TV shows, but also they're milking their existing IPs in a very negative way. Like, they're actually remaking things that people are not asking them to do. And so there's kind of a disconnect going on, and also a communicative type of thing where it's like, well, we want Sony to communicate with their fans more so that people can, you know, say whatever they really kind of want, and Sony can kind of take that feedback and see if that's something that they can actually pull the string on here. And so it sucks because, you know, time and resources is wasted on things that we don't really ask for, we don't really need. And so it's just a different type of Sony. Once again, they're making this big push. Obviously, we have the HBO, you know, Last of Us situation happening, and we see the remake for The Last of Us Part 1. Again, that's an almost 10-year-old game, so it's kind of understandable for a lot of people who actually missed out on that particular experience. But at the same time, the trend continues with Sony introducing a TV show, and then we're getting some type of remake or remaster of that same game that possibly don't even need a remake or remaster. So only time will tell. Like I said, I feel like they should go the upgrade path with this. Like with what they did with Ghost of Tsushima, do the PlayStation upgrade path, and then everybody is happy from there, and then we can move along. But hey, we will see as time progresses. This is another part of their big plans as well when it comes to TV shows. I'm very, very excited though for the TV show for Last of Us. But at the same time, Sony needs to really focus on what the players want. You say you're for the players, Sony, but we really need you to bolt down what's really more important here, because it's the players. Because without us, there wouldn't be no PlayStation. So really want to sort of highlight that as well. Also, again, in case if you guys haven't been hearing about it or anything like that, Horizon Zero Dawn remaster and multiplayer game actually leaked out. We already talked about that already. They said they're going to improve the lighting system, the textures, overall performance, animation, new character models, all that type of stuff for a 5-year-old game that don't even really need to be touched in any type of way. Again, they could have went about this a different type of way. I just don't know what they're doing. But okay. Hopefully it's not true, but from what we're hearing, it's true. So we could be getting some sort of announcement relatively very, very soon on that particular aspect as well. Also, I really wanted to kind of point out a couple of things here, because it seems like Sony have some big plans when it comes to Call of Duty. And I'm not talking about what they have going on with Microsoft right now. I'm talking about them having major plans here, because it seems as though, I don't know if you guys actually realize this, because on the PlayStation website, let me go ahead and traverse over to that so you guys can see something. Shout outs to Skizzle Axe. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me transfer it over here. Shout outs to Skizzle Axe for this one. He was the one that actually pointed this out. And as you guys can see right over here, you could see the original Black Ops over here in the corner. And so, interesting. And this is under, obviously, PS4, stuff like that. Enjoy a selection of generation-defining PS4 games included with your PlayStation Plus membership at no extra cost. So it seems as though Sony is planning on doing something with Call of Duty, at least the older Call of Duty games. I don't know. Sony, what you cooking up? And I see a lot of people saying, well, I hope they allow us to actually download this and, you know, and not just stream it, because we've seen how streaming the games are disastrous and everything like that. So, relatively speaking, I mean, Black Ops, the original Black Ops was phenomenal, and it was genre defining when it was released. And so easily on everybody's list is the original, well, Black Ops in general, and also the Modern Warfare series. Every other Call of Duty game doesn't really stand out. So I'm wondering if Sony is trying to bring back the older Call of Duty games and basically tied in with PlayStation Premium. That will be huge, right? I think that will get a lot of people excited to kind of go back in time and play those older Call of Duty games. And maybe we could see an influx of actual subscribers, right, going up through the roof, right, where a lot of people are going to be subscribing to PlayStation Plus Premium because of those older Call of Duty games. So maybe they're striking something up with Activision. Obviously, we know we're on the cusp of Microsoft literally owning Activision, right? Acquiring Activision fully. We're just waiting for the FTC and the CMA to actually, go in with it and stuff like that. But we'll see. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Would you like to see Sony do something with the older Call of Duty games? Or I don't know. But we know that we're getting a new Advanced Warfare and everything like that. So let me know your thoughts in the actual comment section. All right. So relatively speaking, I think we did cover a lot of Sony's plans and what they have for the future. And so I think some of you guys are, relatively speaking, excited. Some of y'all are not excited. But rest assured that Sony kept their word. They did say that there's going to be more PS5s that's going to be readily available this holiday season. And people are saying that there's chunks of PS5s on the store shelves right now, whether it's Walmart, Best Buy, Target, wherever you shop. Check around if you're trying to get a PS5, if you're unsuccessful getting a PS5, through PlayStation Direct or online. It seems as though that Sony is increasing more and more PS5. So that's really, really good. And God of War Ragnarok is gold. It's coming out. I think a lot of people are excited. It's October 9th, so we can expect even more PlayStation 5s, coming out as well, as far as stocks and everything like that. And also we have the 6nm chip and everything like that, more power efficient and everything like that. And yeah, so we will see how that actually pans out. I mean, we are approaching a brand new week here. And hopefully, I don't know if we're going to be getting either a showcase or a state of play, maybe a state of play for God of War. I mean, maybe not. Maybe we might not get anything, but hopefully we can hear some more things from Xbox as well. I mean, obviously, the biggest thing right here is the deal for Activision and how that's actually going to be panning out. But lots of stuff getting ready to happen. So if you guys have any questions or any concerns, feel free to tag me at MarlonGamingNation. I see we're at 91 likes and we only have 250 viewers in here. If you guys can hit that like button, it will definitely help me out as well for the stream. So you guys have any questions, any concerns? Seem like you guys are very, very quiet on a Sunday. Come on in with your questions or any concerns or anything like that pertaining to Sony and their big plans. If you disagree with their plans, if you agree with their plans, what do you guys are expecting from PlayStation? I just really wanted to go over all the big stories, from this past week here and everything, because man, it's a different Sony. This is a different Sony, man. And I really hope that Jim Ryan knows what he's doing, because I don't agree with every single thing that Jim Ryan does, but man, oh man, this is a different Sony, man. Business-wise, game-wise, I mean, you could definitely still see the quality of their first-party games and such, like single-player games. We know we're getting like 10 live service games. That's all going to be day and date on PC. It's just a lot of multi-platform stuff going on, a lot of shifts going on right now, and so I don't know. The fact that we still haven't gotten an announcement for PS5 Showcase, a lot of people is like, well, Jim Ryan is just way too busy focusing on this Activision deal. And I get it. Some people are saying that it makes up 30% of Sony's revenue. But my God, like, Sony, you're going to probably lose this fight, trying to get Call of Duty to your own pleasure or to your own liking. I mean, we already have 2 regulatory bodies literally approve the deal. So the deal is going to go through. The $1 million question is, what is Sony going to do different? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? You have options. Whether people like it, yes or no. I see some people trying to say this and trying to defend Sony in every way, shape, or form. But I feel like Sony can compete without Call of Duty. And I'm standing firm on what I said in my past stream. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. You know what I mean? Yes, they can. They have been doing it for years before Call of Duty. They can still do it without Call of Duty. So it's not going to make or break PlayStation, but I feel like that's a fight that Sony is not going to win. And we are seeing what's actually happening right in front of our eyes, whether we like it, yes or no, right? And so I don't know, man. I don't know. The only thing that we could do is be along for the ride and see exactly what actually pans out. But let's go ahead and let's take some questions here really quickly. Make sure you guys smash up that like button. We have way too many people and we have a little bit of likes. So make sure you guys smash up that like button if you enjoyed the show. It says, big love, champ. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It says, Sony is a disappointment this generation. Like I said, it's the change that a lot of people are not liking. You know, people are not accepting that the fact that they're putting their games on PC. I foresaw that years ago because you know what? If their competition is doing it and they're seeing an increase in subscribers and console sales or whatever, chances are Sony is going to go that route as well. These companies, they copy each other in every way, shape, or form. So I mean, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it works. You don't have to like it, but that's the future of Sony, man. I mean, like I said, whether you love all the games that Sony has released on PS5,
we're swimming in cash.
Oh God, that's annoying. Let me remove that. Thank you so much, Larry K, for the $1. Yeah, whether you like it or not, this is the future of Sony. Games are going to continue to be on PC and mobile and things of that nature. I think the $1 million question is PlayStation 5 owners want what they want. And by all means, they're well within their right because they purchased this console. They want PS5 only games and they want to feel like, man, I'm buying a PS5 for a reason. But at the same time, of course, you're buying your PS5 for a reason because you're going to get it day and date, right? You're still going to get your games day and date. It's just, they said minimum 1 year. So it could be 2 years, it could be 3 years, it could be 4 years. You might buy a PC and sell your PS5 and be like, you know what? I'll wait a year for Spider-Man. Who knows? Spider-Man might not happen until 4 years later. And then you're sitting there stuck like Chuck waiting to play Spider-Man if you had a PS5, then you could literally play it. You know what I'm saying? So I just look at it from that perspective. You know what I mean? So you always got to weigh out your options when it comes to that. Let's see here. It says Sony's plans with the PS5 may disappoint a lot of people right now, but they are definitely due for a major rebound, and it begins with God of War Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok is literally going to push things even further into perspective. I mean, we're seeing a huge influx of PS5s, like I said, in retailers around the world. And so Sony is trying to beef up as much PS5s as possible. God of War Ragnarok is their cash cow, and it's going to help them reach their goal. I believe they want to reach, what, like 18 million PS5s shipped by, I think, March of next year. And so how they're going to do that, we still don't know everything else outside of Spider-Man 2, outside of Wolverine, outside of Final Fantasy 16, outside of Final Fantasy 7 Remake Rebirth, right? Forspoken, things of that nature, right? We still don't really know a lot of stuff that they currently have in development, especially when it comes to these live service games, how they're looking, how they're shaping up to be, because 10 live service games, they're saying by now until 2026. And also the next Uncharted multiplayer, which is called, I don't know, just say Factions 2. I don't know. That might get revealed next year. We might get a release date on that as well. So yeah, Sony's plans right now, a lot of people are not in agreement with their plans. Now, a lot of people are not okay, and you're well within your right, because the PS4 is not going anywhere, okay? So if you still have a PS4 and that's the only console you have, just be happy, because it's a golden goose egg, of a console, because Sony is not going to give a blind eye to PS4 anytime soon. And so while it's hard for you to get a PlayStation 5 right now, you still do have access to a PlayStation 4. So yeah, you might not get the pretty graphics or the adaptive triggers or the headphone features or the super fast loading times or whatever the case may be, but you still do have a PlayStation 4. So be thankful. Right? So in a certain type of way, I'm kind of like, I don't really care for PS4 anymore. But you do have to understand that there are people out there who do not own a PlayStation 5, who cannot get their hands on a PlayStation 5 and really want to play a lot of these AAA games. So dang if you do, dang if you don't, right? You know, it's kind of, if you're a Sony right now, you're stuck in the middle because you're trying to find a way to facilitate PlayStation 5 owners and PlayStation 4 owners as well. There's a lot more PlayStation 4 owners than you do have PlayStation 5 owners. So Sony is looking at it as like, let's milk the PS4 as much as we possibly can. Let's continue to push our resources as much as we possibly can, because there's a lot more PS4s in home than there are PS5s in home right now. Let's keep on building up on the momentum of the PlayStation 5. Let's keep on reiterating that games like we said before, Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine are going to remain PS5 only games. Let's continue to make PlayStation 5 owners as happy as possible. But on the flip side, let's not forget about the mammoth of a fan base that we do have, which is the PS4 gamers. So Sony does not want to alienate over 100+ million players. It's business at the end of the day. It's not 100% about us, right? It's never have, never will be. It's about their bottom line and what they can recoup. And companies are going to milk every little thing as much as they can, whether we like it, yes or no. So this is the Sony that we're going to be having moving forward. So you either roll with it or you jump ship. I mean, you're just going to either have to say, you know what, man, I don't like the way how PlayStation is doing things, so I'm going somewhere else. And by all means, hey, you have a right to decide. If you're sick and tired of, oh, they're doing all this cross-gen, look at Xbox. They're still doing cross-generation stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're still doing cross-generation stuff with the original Xbox One. So it ain't just Sony. It ain't just Sony. So everywhere you go, unless you're going to go to the Switch, I mean, hey, you're going to have some cross-generation stuff. And that's just the way it is. Every single generation is like that. But I feel like people are saying, well, Marlon, there should be a line drawn. There should be a silver lining here. And the silver lining here, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that PS5 only games needs to be PS5 only games. Games that are currently in development for PS5, like games like Spider-Man 2, games like God of War Ragnarok, games like Gran Turismo 7 should only be on PlayStation 5. Hello? I mean, what the heck are we buying a PS5 for? So you see what I'm saying? Like, and then Sony is probably thinking to themselves like, yeah, we said we believe in generations and this and that and blah, 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 blah. All the stuff that Jim Ryan said. But at the same time, man, PS4 gamers, I mean, the PS4 has been out since what? 2013. So that's a long time. That's almost 10 years ago. So, I mean, it's not like the PS4 is 5 years old or 3 years old or 4 years old or 6 years old. It's going on 10 years old soon, right? So it's like people are just like, man, this is an old console. Like, why is it that you're still pushing more and more PS4 games or more and more cross-generation games? My thing is this. I hope that games that they do have in development, they did say, Herman Host did say that they have over, what, 25 games in development for PlayStation 5? So let's hope that all those games that he said, what was it, like a year or 2 years ago, that are currently in development for PS5, let's hope that all those games are just for PS5, because remember, they said that they're going to be supporting PS4 up to 2025 and maybe beyond that, right? And that's a long time to support PS4. You're going to be supporting PS4 all the way up to 2025 and beyond. That's crazy. So the crucial point here for a lot of people is, man, I don't want things that are being shown that's supposed to be PS5 only also for PS4. And obviously the PC situation is just a matter of time before Sony is like, look, all of our games are day and date. We're seeing the multiplayer, the live service aspect of everything being day and date with PC. Wait a minute here. Just a matter of time before they say, oh yeah, all of our single player stuff, Spider-Man, Wolverine, God of War, Uncharted, Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, all these games are now going to be on PC day and date. Woo! When that happens, woo, ay, ay, ay. Woo, people are going to be jumping. People are going to be throwing PS5s left and right, because then they're going to be like, well, there's really no point now. You know what I'm saying? Like now we're day and date, 100% day and date with PC. There's no point now. There is still a point, because again, not everybody can afford a PC powerful enough. We've seen what God of War, the original God of War, is doing right now. 2018 is doing to PCs. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's an old game that was released on PS4. Right? We've seen people with 3080s and 3090s saying, man, like, for some reason, this game is taking up a lot of resources to actually run. I'm telling you. So not everybody can afford to go all out and get this top of the line graphics card and top of the line processor and top of the line RAM and top of the line motherboard and top of the line power supply and, these crazy monitors and everything like that. I am just saying, ladies and gentlemen. So going the PC route is not the end all be all thing. There is still going to be a market for consoles. And we already know, as soon as Sony announces a PS5 Slim, those naysayers that are saying, oh, I'm done with the PS5 console bandwagon, or I'm done with consoles in general from PlayStation, I guarantee you, the minute they announce a PlayStation 5 Slim or a PlayStation 5 Pro, I got to get that. Of course you got to get that, because you already know. You already know how Sony is. Sony will make you get their stuff. That's just the way it is. Whether it's anti-consumer, whether it's priced too high, whether it has high Sony taxes on it, doesn't matter at the end of the day. You're going to buy it. I'm just saying. So for those people who, I don't want no PS5, that can go one side. Yeah. How long are you going to say that for? Before Sony give you a PS5 showcase and then you're like, oh, dang it, man. I got to get a PS5. I don't want to wait a year. I don't want to wait 2 years. I don't want to wait 3 years. Oh, I sold my PS5 to build a PC. Now you're stuck like Chuck. Now you got to figure out, okay, what is it that I am going to do? So you see, you might not agree with every single thing when it comes to Sony's future plans. But as a PlayStation gamer, as a gamer, you do have to understand that, listen, that's just the way how business works. That's the way how these corporations works. Not every single thing is going to go your way. So you might be mad and say, man, I could have sold my Xbox Series X and sold my Series S because 0 games, right? 0 games at launch. Well, a lot of people can say, well, I didn't care for Halo Infinite. Right? The multiplayer is not great. I didn't care for Horizon 5. I didn't care for that. Forza Horizon 5. I didn't care for those games. Right? So, don't really care. I can just sell my Xbox. Okay, well, go ahead and sell your Xbox because everything is on freaking PC. But there's always going to be a reason for you to go back and get one. So me, I just keep my stuff, man. I used to sit there and trade every single thing that I have. As soon as I buy a game, I go back to GameStop and trade it. True story, man. And I like to call fraudulent stuff out when I see it. So yesterday, I was off yesterday on the channel, by the way. Just giving you guys a quick story. I'm just trying to show you why I don't shop at GameStop, okay? So First Lady, I introduced her to the Quarry. And so the Quarry and everything like that. I was supposed to get it in for review, but I didn't get back to them in time to get it in for review. So needless to say, I didn't jump on it or whatever. So I let her play the trial yesterday and she actually liked it. And so I said, you want me to go ahead and get you the game? And so I called up GameStop and I'm like, listen, I'm a physical type of guy. I don't like to buy the digital games if I don't have to, because most of the review copies I do get because of, CV and all that type of stuff is only digital. And so I went into GameStop and I said, do you guys, no, I called them and I said, hey, do you guys have the Quarry for PS5? And they're like, yeah, we have the Quarry. We have a used one. It's $5 cheaper than the new one. So I said, okay, cool. So I jumped and I drove over there and I was like, hey, sir, yeah. So I have the game in my hand. Soon as I walk up to the desk, this is the reason why I don't like going to GameStop. Oh, so man, do you have a membership with us? I said, no, sir, I don't have a membership with you. Oh, do you really want a membership? You should get the membership because, yeah, with holidays coming up, with Black Friday coming up, with Thanksgiving coming up, with Christmas coming up, you should get a membership, man. Not only that, but you get Game Informer subscriptions, you get points even when you're not shopping. If you want to get stuff for your uncle, your aunt, your cousins, whatever the case may be. This man over here taking 5 minutes of my time trying to sell me on a actual membership. Then when I say no to that, then he scanned the game. Skip. The price actually came up for the game. I was looking at the, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you this, pay attention to the register because you don't know how they're going to finesse you, right? All of a sudden, I see him just hurry up and tap to the next screen where I had to pay. And I saw warranty underneath the game. And I said, wait a minute. I didn't ask this man for a warranty for the game. I said, man, can you go back to the other screen where it shows me my total for the actual game? Hello? Then he was like, oh, what's wrong? What's wrong? Because he did it sneakingly, like I didn't really see him. Bro, stop trying to finesse me, dog. Stop trying to, bro, I used to sell video games for a living too. Don't think I'm stupid because when we ring up a used game, yes, we're supposed to tell the customer like, hey, if the game stopped working, you do have like 7 days or 14 days to return the game. Also, additionally, optionally on top of that, if you want to get the warranty for the game, if it scratches, if it breaks or bugs, glitches or whatever, you can return it. We could give you another copy of it. This man sneakingly added the freaking warranty on the game. Bro, ever since Sony came out, and we're not talking about PS2, ever since Sony came out with that Blu-ray disc, when they started with PS3, I have not had one issue with the game not working when I put it in there or anything like that. Oh, the game gets scratches up. Blu-ray discs don't get scratched up that easily, right? Oh, if the game stopped working or if it's buggy or glitchy, you can bring it back and it's $4, $4 for the year. I said, no. I said, take that off. I never told you that I wanted that. So take that crap off right now. What did he do? Oh, I'm sorry. It automatically added by itself. Lies. So you see, I am telling you, man, it's always something. And this is one of the main reasons why I don't go to GameStop. I just don't go because they always try to find a way to finesse you. And it's the same thing with PlayStation right now. PlayStation owners, PlayStation 5 owners feel like they're getting finessed. Like, oh, you said this and oh, you said that. But, now you're going up on the price. Now, like, now you're putting almost everything on PC. Like, oh, we believe in generations, but all these games are going on, existing platforms. And, oh, my God. So, guys, I say all this to say this, like, you might not be happy with every single thing that is happening in front of your eyes. That's why you got to pay attention, man, because if you don't, I'm telling you, crap like what happened to me at GameStop yesterday will continue to happen to you right in front of your eyes. I'm just saying, man. And I'm just like, nope, just sell me the game straight up. And you know what? As soon as I walked out before I got in my car, I literally took the game out of the case and I look at the game and I can literally see my face clear as day. There's no scratches. There's no smudges. Anything like that. And I take care of my stuff. You see my shelf right here. All games in mint condition. Not even a scratch on there. You ain't going to get no scratches on no Blu-ray unless you got your cat getting to it or your dog getting to it or somebody just maliciously scratch that thing up. Blu-ray disc, you're going to be fine. PS2 and 360, that's a whole different ball game. Okay? hold them. I mean, them DVD discs scratches up hardcore. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different ball game. But guys, we got to pay attention, man. We have to really pay attention to everything. Be careful what we're getting ourselves into here because it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So, yes, finessed, bamboozled, the whole nine, scammed, everything. Like, you got to be careful, guys. You got to be careful, man. Be careful when you go to GameStop because not only they're going to take up 10, 15 minutes of your time selling you things that you don't necessarily want. And, oh, I forgot to mention, I saw a PS5 as well when I was there. I saw a PS5, and I was like, whoa, that's nice to see a PS5 in stock. It was a used PS5 in the glass case. So I was like, you know what? I should have took a picture of it. But I said, you know what? That's actually pretty dope. Somebody actually came in and saw the PS5 just sitting there in the glass case. It was a used PS5. Didn't really seem like it come with the stand, or maybe they have the stand in a box somewhere else, but it was a used PS5 just sitting there at GameStop. And I think they wanted like $438 for it or $450 or something along those lines for it. But PS5s are out there if you really kind of want one. Someone returned that crap. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I know it's crazy. Like, it's just, whoa. Like, well, I really wasn't really expecting this type of stuff, but that's what we're dealing with now, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys smash up that like button for your boy. Let's see if we can get 200 likes on the show. I don't know if a lot of you guys go to GameStop, but be careful because they will try to finesse you. Not only with, if you don't shop regularly, me personally, I'm not going to get no membership for something that I know I'm not going to fully utilize. I don't care for the Game Informer magazines and things of that nature. Not like I used to. So I don't care for the discounts. Oh, yeah. And they will say like, oh, yeah, if you do get the pro membership, there are pro membership sales only just specifically for pro members. That's how they reel your box sidewall in. They get you all the way in just like that. Right over here. Like, that's how they get you. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, they finesse you. You know, like, nah, bruh, nah. So, let's see. Any more questions? Happy Sunday to everyone. Happy Sunday. It says they sell used consoles and call them refurbished. Hey, there you go. There you go, man. That's how they got to get you, bro. They got to get you one way or the other. Let's see here. If it was $400, then that means he got $1 for it. Yeah, you definitely ain't gonna get much. They probably gave him like something like maybe $200 or $250 for it. But guys, I highly recommend you guys not trading in your games. Okay, don't trade in your game unless you're in a bind or unless financially you just can't really like afford it. Then fine, go trade in your games and get another one. But I used to do that, trade in, and make up the difference and buy. You're just wasting money. You know what I'm saying? You're just wasting money. So me, I just buy what I need to buy. If I don't get it in for review, I spend my own hard-earned money on it, and then I take it from there. JSC says, are you getting Gotham Knights? Yes, I'll be getting Gotham Knights. Let's see here. Any more questions? It says, most people buying online. Yeah, most people are buying online. And that's just the way it is. Smash up that like button, guys, if you did enjoy the show today. Hit the share button as well. I appreciate you guys. Let's see here. It says, no, it's just a cheat. Hey, man, like I said, whether we like it, yes or no, that is the nature of the beast. That is what's actually happening here. And, you know, we just have to take it. You know, we just have to. I stopped trading in games years ago. Like, if I want to buy something, bro, like, I'll just buy it and be done with it. Like, I'm not in the fiasco of trading in stuff and this and that because you lose so much money. Don't you guys realize that? Okay, you buy a game for $70. They're only going to give you $30 for it. They're only going to give you $30. That's like $45 you just got. $45 you just lost plus taxes. Like, you know what I mean? You're just like, nah, bro, it's not even worth it. No, sir. You're wasting money and time and resources. Like, no. Oh, my weekend has been great. My weekend has been great. Smash up that like button if you did enjoy the show. It says this will probably be the last generation Sony and Microsoft will have physical options for their consoles. If I was Sony or Microsoft, I wouldn't jump to that conclusion that quickly. You know what I mean? Because yes, we know that the all digital future is going to be a thing in the future, right? We know that the cloud is not perfected yet, but we also know that that is a part of our future, whether we like it, yes or no. But I do believe the next generation, especially Sony, maybe Microsoft, but especially Sony, nah, they're going to go the physical route too. You know what I mean? Because there's a market for that, you know, and people are still desiring that. So I'm just saying, smash up that like button, guys. Hit the like button if you are enjoying the show. Let's see here. I finally bought Max Payne for my PS2. Hey, man, classic. And they're actually remaking it. Says, what's up, Marlon? Are you going to give us a scripture on this Sunday, bro? I need some of that spiritual food. Had a hard day at work. Oh, talking about spiritual food. So real quick, I mean, it wouldn't be a Sunday without a sermon, right? So I actually went to church today. I haven't been to church in a while, you know, because, you know, moving back here from Virginia and getting myself together and, you know, moving into a house, all that stuff. It's been a roller coaster, but you still have to make time for God. And so today's sermon was based off of generosity. And when the pastor was up there talking about generosity, man, I thought about myself. And I'm like, man, I do make a living off of generosity of people, whether it's you guys coming in here, hitting the subscribe button or the like button or donating and stuff because of the love of God that's being powered into you guys' hearts, allowing you guys to donate for me in order for me to continue to do this. And so generosity, when people hear pastors preach about money and things of that nature, people get defensive and be like, oh, all you're into is just money and tithes and offerings and this and that. But even though that's in the Bible and everything like that, like people still kind of get a little defensive because a lot of churches over the years, you know, that's their literal main focus. They beat it upside the head. Oh, you need to give your tithes, you need to give your offerings and things of that nature. But this church was a little bit different. How they had it organized. I think you had to scan a QR code and then just give your money if you want to sow into the church and everything like that. But the main takeaway from the actual sermon today was like, listen, bro, like God give and he take, and God sometimes will borrow from us. You know what I mean? Like he gives you something and he might want to use it, you know, like whatever the case may be. Or it could just be someone just coming to you and asking you, hey, can I borrow your car? Or maybe God just coming to you and say, hey, I need this or I need that, or I need you to do this or I need you to do that, whatever the case may be. And you should be able to be okay with that, helping each other and growing, you know, with each other and everything like that. So I feel like generosity not just stem from people just giving, but also within our hearts as human beings and everything like that. And so I've learned a lot in today's sermon. And I was like, man, it reflects on myself and what I do for a living and doing my job full time, and how I had to talk 99.9% of the time. And if there's not value there, then obviously you have nothing to get. And that's just with anything in life. If people feel like you're wasting their time, or they feel like, well, hey, there's no value here, then people are going to bounce. Sorry. So that's literally just my main takeaway from that. And I literally hope that what I just said was a blessing to you guys, you know, whether you're saved or you're not saved, whether you accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior or not. I'm just saying you should give him a try. He's a phone call away. He's a prayer away. And he's been amazing to me. He has allowed me to do YouTube full time, and I'm always forever grateful. And I'm always forever grateful for the generosity of you guys and allowing me to do what I do here as a father, as a husband, as a friend, whatever the case may be, you know, as an uncle, as whatever you want to call it. Like, that's just the way it is, man. We all have responsibilities. We all have a job to do. And so if we could just be more generous in our lives, I feel like we'll be more blessed, and, you know, more things will happen for us. So there you guys go. Hopefully that kind of spice up your day and make your day better. All right, let's see here. More questions rolling in. Make sure you guys thumbs up the stream. Thank you so much. Amen. Amen, Popeye. Appreciate you. He says, honest question. Do you think Jim Ryan still is CEO when PS6 drops? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, you know, we'll see. G2G says, words of wisdom. My man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. It says they should be preaching that the black people are the real chosen Israelites of the Bible. I mean, the thing is here, when it comes to the Bible and when it comes to the word of God, like a lot of people have their perspective on everything, their hopes, dreams, beliefs, and whatever the case may be. So, you know, somebody is always going to say this and somebody is always going to say that. But you stick to what you read in the Bible for yourself, not just listening to the pastor, but you go into the Bible for yourself and actually read for yourself and see, you know what I mean? Like if everything, and if you don't understand, well, ask him for understanding, you know, and he will give it to you. So there you go, man. All right. Carlitos, my man. Both. Definitely both for sure. I will be getting both. I will be having both of them on the channel. Make sure you guys smash up that like button. If you guys did enjoy the show today, I appreciate you guys so much, man, for watching, liking, and subscribing and all that good stuff. Any more questions? If that says need to be preached, then Jesus would say that. And guess what? He didn't. Any more questions? McShawn says, Marlon, you are a really good dude. I can just tell your heart is pure, and I appreciate you always. My man, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. My man. Vital Drip, thank you for the love. I mean, that's all you can do as a person, man. And if you call yourself, you know, a Christian, if you call yourself a believer in Christ, I mean, you don't have to just speak it, but you also have to live it. And I think that's one of the biggest things is like a lot of people are preaching things that they're not living. And so you got to live what you preach, man. Practice what you preach. So that's just the way it is, you know. We all have work to do. We all you know, imperfect. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Let's see here. Popeye, what's up, man? Says awesome show and much love, bro. God bless you. Hey, my man, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys day in and day out coming to the show and taking the busy time out of your busy schedule. You know, I appreciate you guys. Man. All right. I appreciate you guys. Any more questions? If you guys have any questions or concerns, feel free to fire away. I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for the love, man. Thank y'all for the support. Yes, sir. Any more questions? For sure, Ram. For sure. Any more questions? Make sure you guys smash up that like button. I appreciate you guys. It says, where is Spider-Man 2? Spider-Man 2 is still in development. So we'll see it when we see it. So there you go. Jermaine MacBound, what's up, man? How you doing? Yes, 30 days before Ragnarok comes out. Yes, Thriller. I did talk about that previously in the previous shows. Yes. We're exactly 1 month away from God of War Ragnarok. So I know some of you guys are hyped. The game already went gold and exciting times, man, if you're a God of War fan. Let's see if we get 170 on the show. See if we can smash it up and get 170. Appreciate you guys. Says Marlon, you get in Dead Space Collector's Edition? Don't have the money for it. I mean, I heard that the helmet is wearable, but I don't have the money for it. Unless somebody donate $274 for me to get it, not going to happen. I don't have that type of money. You know what I'm saying? I have the money that you guys donate goes right back into the show. You know what I mean? Right back into the show. So I don't have the money or the resources to do that as of right now. You know what I mean? Just have to make purchases that I feel like would add insane value to the channel and get you guys to watch and get you guys to like. That's like the main focus. And so, yeah, you just have to realize that. But yeah, unless somebody donates for me to get that game, well, collector's edition of that game, it is what it is. Mick Sean says, nah, Marlon, someone try me at work and was able to, I was about to start talking crazy to me, but I just stopped and thought, and I walked away, Yeah. I know how it is, man. You're always gonna deal with stuff like that, bro. People at the workplace, even at home, you can't escape it. It's just the way how it is. You always got to prepare yourself, man. That's why you always got to stay prayed up as much as you can. Nah, Thriller, you good, man. You good. Don't apologize, man. You good. Let's see if we can get 180 likes on the show today. Appreciate you guys. Rich, what's up, man? How you doing? God bless, my G. God bless on a Sunday. How you doing, sir? Let's see here. He gave us the law and we didn't obey, then put us in slavery because we didn't follow his law. Interesting. Let's see here. Any more questions? PS5 VR 2. Okay. Yeah, that's coming out. Hopefully maybe early next year. We'll see. Any more questions? It's been such a pleasure supporting this wonderful community. My man, King Mo, thank you so much. Like I said, man, it's Sunday, man. And I just want to say thank you guys. Blessings over your lives, man. Especially the ones who, whether it's becoming a member, or you donate heavily on the channel to allow us to continue to do this full time. Again, going back to the sermon that Pastor preached today, which is generosity. I feel like it's a special, it takes a special touch from God when it comes to your heart for you to donate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't just out of the natural mindset to just do that, unless you just like the person and you want to support the person. But generosity goes a long way, and not everybody is generous. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys, man. As a body, as a community, I appreciate you guys, man. Thank y'all for the support. Shout outs to the homie, the man, the myth, the legend, TJ Robinson. Thank you so much for being a member for 24 months. Says, what up, Marlon? What up, though, man? We here, bro. We here. Let's see here. Nola, what's up, man? How you doing, sir? Hopefully you and the wife and the kids, are enjoying, your Sunday, man, and everything is all good. And God bless you, bro. God bless you. Thank you for the blessings, man, and for being here every single day. The ones who are supporting me every single day and everything like that. I appreciate you guys, because without you guys, none of this would be possible. You know what I'm saying? Especially keeping this light beaming on me every single day. It's not easy, but we're just going to keep pushing forward. You like the shirt? Thank you. You know what? You're one of the first person ever since I've been wearing this shirt like months ago to say that you like the shirt. So, listen. And the funny thing is, man, like I said before, like, it's okay to ask for help, but also you do have to understand that, yes. And I've tell people this all the time. Like, I've always said this, like, if God puts something on your heart to do, whether it's to donate, whether it's to share some a testimony or words of encouragement or whatever the case may be, man, I am telling you, I feel like we have built an amazing community here. Yes, we don't have 1,000 people watching us. Yes, I don't have 1 million subscribers, but man, I love what we have built here, and I love the community. And man, when this community gets cooking, it's cooking up here. You can smell the aroma in the air, like you already know. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you guys, man, every step of the way. I really, really do, man. Thank you guys so much. Let's see here. When they're going to start. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's go, G2G, my man. Appreciate you. Here we go with the shenanigans. Let's see if we could get 190 on the show. Let's see if we could get 190 likes on the show. All right, let's see here. Marlon, I hope we get God of War Ragnarok State of Play. Also, the Call of Duty PS5 bundle is up on the website. Yep. Like I said, it's easier now to get a PS5. So people who sitting out there, I can't find a PS5. Well, maybe you're in a country that doesn't have a PS5. But if you're in the US, There's tons of options to get a PlayStation 5. If you're in North America, tons of options to get it. I mean, if you're in Canada, it seems like you can get PS5s. Like PS5s are available everywhere now, for the most part, especially here in the US. So if you want to get your hands on the PS5, it's not hard, especially if you keep tabs on Twitter and things of that nature. There's tons of restocked Twitter handles that keeps up with PS5 restocks and things of that nature. So there you guys go, man. 186. Can we get some more likes on the show? I would appreciate you if you guys get the likes up. I would really appreciate it. Man, what the heck is this? I would really, really, really appreciate you guys. Really, really appreciate you guys. Let's see here. It says, yeah, well, just because you add in. Okay, yeah, he's talking. The Corinthians is talking to somebody. Drop the likes, people. Drop the likes. Drop the likes, man. Let's get the likes up. Any more questions? Any more questions, guys? Evil West is November. I think early November, because they delayed it. It was supposed to be at the 30th of September, so they pushed it to November. So that's what's going on with Evil West. They just needed more time to squeeze the orange and everything. So, yeah, there you have it. Any more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions? Says, like Marlon said, you have to read the word to see for yourself. There you go. There you go. I'm not sitting here saying I'm a Bible scholar or anything like that, but the word is right there, man. Just get into the word. You know what I mean? You can't take anybody else's word for it. Read it for yourself. Read the word for yourself. Build a relationship with Christ as much as you can and understand whatever your beliefs are. That's entirely up to you. But if you really want to, build a relationship with Christ, man, he's readily available. Read the word for yourself. That's just how I look at it. It says, how long time have you been doing this? Actually, I've been doing this for 8 years now. Been doing this for 8 years. And I know we're not even at 50K yet, but everybody grows different. But yeah, I really hope to get to 100,000 subscribers by the grace of God very soon. So we'll see. We're working towards that. And by the help of you guys, we'll get there, So yeah. More and more content is coming up. I'm looking at different ways to, make different content on the channel for you guys. So stay tuned for that one for sure. Let's see here. All right. Yeah. G2G. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for the love. Smash up that like button, guys, if you did enjoy the show today. Yes, as I hope everyone is having a blessed weekend. Man, my weekend has been fantastic. Fantastico, man. Fantastico. It says, I'm ready and waiting to buy that first Marlon hit single track before Christmas. That's crazy. Thank you for the love. It says, everyone like, subscribe, share. Let's get this guy to 50,000 subscribers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys go to vitaldrip.com as well. Go check him out, man. Great guy, great subscriber, great part of our family here. And I really like when people are trying and stuff like that, man, to make a difference. So I really do appreciate it. And for all the new people, if you're brand new to the channel, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button. Turn on that post notification. I mean, we cover PlayStation. We cover Xbox news every single day. Well, for the most part, every day, right? So I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for the love. Says, Marlon, I saw the PS5 was up on Sony's website, and it was up there for a while before. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to get a PS5, you can get one now. There's no excuses. Let's see here. Unless you don't have the money. If you don't have the money, then I understand that. But if you have the money readily available, then you should go for it, TJ Robinson, good show. Thank you so much. Lambert says, hello, Marlon. How you doing? Oscar Reed says, I wonder what bad news Sony will have for this week. Man, let's hope that it's nothing but positivity. You know what I'm saying? We just kind of went over, recapped like all the bigger stuff that Sony had, and that was relatively it. So yeah. Let's see here. I says, God has brought you this far and will take you further, bro. Hey, I needed to hear that, man. I needed to hear that in my spirit today. Thank you so much, bro. I really do appreciate you, man. Thank you. I really needed to hear that because sometimes, man, you get demotivated. Sometimes you feel like you just want to throw in the towels, man, you know, but you just got to keep pushing because there's going to always be stumbling blocks in your way. There's always going to be people that don't want to see you shine for whatever reason. But like I've always said, like, you cannot give up, man. You cannot give up, and you just have to hang in there, man, and just hope for the best and just know that God is in control of your life and he's in control of everything. And hey, you know, he's not gonna bring me this far on YouTube to leave me. So yeah, man, I'm here. I feel like I've come a long way, and you know, making this transition, you know, with PlayStation and making the transition to Xbox and having a lot of you guys with me over the years and donating and subscribing and liking and, you know, your comments and stuff. It helps. It definitely helps. Let's see here. Nighthawk Afterburner. Appreciate you, my G. Let's see here. It says, are you still giving away? Yes. According to Gaming and Reactions, he's the one that's doing the giveaway for us. He's the one that's generous enough, once again, to be doing this. So once we hit 50K, that's why I said spread the word. Some of y'all have social media, you know, Twitter, TikTok, whatever. Tell people to subscribe to the channel, man. Help us out. Help us out, man. You know, we all need help outside of ourselves, man. I said, do you think 20 hours of God of War is enough? I mean, yeah, for sure. Considering that a lot of single player games, and it's 40 hours combined, okay? So it's 3.5 hours for cutscenes, and then it's a complete 40-hour experience with cutscenes and everything. So I think 40 hours as a complete amount of time is really good for the full experience of God of War. And for sure, most definitely, that's more than enough. You know what I mean? Because a lot of single player games are normally like 10 hours. Some of them are used to be 8 hours, you know, let alone, you know what I mean, 15, 16, 20 hours. So yeah, I think that's, you know, decent enough. Let's see here. Huffman says, Marlon, what's up? How you doing, sir? Says, I want to do some artwork for the channel to display on the wall behind you and on your desk. Really now? Interesting. Well, we're going to be embarking on a P.O. box really soon. So that would be a great way for you to actually send stuff like that to the channel and stuff like that. So stay tuned. Tag me out on Twitter about your requests, and then we'll go from there, man. Appreciate the love and the support. Thank you. God bless. God bless. Says, how is other YouTube channels going? Other YouTube channels? Well, I'm planning on doing a tech channel, like just to do with phones and computer upgrades and things of that nature. If I do get a chance to, you know, do well on that channel, which I do believe, you know, in myself, and I do believe that I'll make it on that channel as well. You know, phone reviews and phone cases, stuff like that. Kind of get into cameras and things of that nature. More lifestyle type of videos will be on that particular channel. And then I do have my voice acting channel, which is close to 30K. I'm planning on bringing back voice acting on there. I just don't know yet, but we'll see how that actually pans out. All right, let's see here. It says, can we get some good news from Sony? I hope so, man. I hope so. It says, don't buy Horizon Remaster. I know you're a content creator, but we'll be feeding Sony doing more pointless remasters for $70. My man, I couldn't agree more. There's really no point in buying it. I mean, the game is already looking fantastic. I get that they're going to be making it look like Horizon Forbidden West, but oh, God. Yeah. See, Last of Us was a little bit different because it was years ago. When was the last time I actually did a full playthrough session of the original Last of Us? But whatever, man. You know how it is around here. Yeah, you know how it is around here. But I appreciate you guys, man. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way out, guys. I appreciate you guys, man. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I do have some other things that I have to do after the show. So I appreciate you guys, man. One love and God bless. And as usual, please have yourself a great one, man. Love you guys. Be blessed. Be easy, man. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. See you guys on Monday, which is tomorrow, bright and early. Hopefully Sony can just blow us away, with some major announcement, maybe something from Xbox as well. Enjoy your Sunday, guys, and enjoy your family and everything like that. I see you guys for the rest of the week.